It's a sad day. Wonho of Monsta X just announced that he's leaving the band as a result of the controversies that he has been involved with, specifically Jung Da Eun's accusation that he has not paid his debt to her. First, let me start by apologizing. I am not sure how Jung Da Eun wants to be addressed gender-wise. I don't know if I should address her as a her or a he or a she or a him. So I know that I should have done my research. I tried. I just can't find any literature that would specifically and decisively say how he or she wants to be addressed. So as much as I can, I will try to address her using her full name, Jung Da Eun. If not, if I slip into either of the genders and that's not how she wants to be addressed, I deeply, deeply apologize. I do not mean to offend anybody. And I don't have any problems addressing people the way that they want to address. It's just that I don't know. Okay, so this started several days ago when Jung Da Eun posted something on her social media, specifically calling out Wonho for his unpaid debts. Wonho, in a matter of hours, actually responded together with his agency Starship, saying that as far as Wonho is concerned, he has paid all of his debts. Jung Da Eun said that he has not paid all of it, that he has paid some in 2016, but not all of it. And so the lawyer of Starship actually asked her how much more he owes her, but she can't cough up the amount and prefers to meet with Wonho. Now, this prompted other people, fans specifically, to go after Jung Da Eun. Jung Da Eun allegedly is in a relationship with So Hee. If that name sounds familiar, it's because So Hee is actually the person who outed T.O.P's drug use, marijuana use when she was training in YG Entertainment. But that's a thing of the past. Okay, so So Hee then, because of probably all this criticisms from other fans, agitated her, and so she outed Wonho's other details of Wonho's past, including the alleged aggravated theft, which led to him being detained in a juvenile delinquency center, obviously when he was a juvenile. Second, of smoking weed when he was a trainee, and for driving without a license, also when he was a minor. And he was apparently driving together with Jung Da Eun at that time. So, the debt issue has been addressed. Now, for aggravated theft, it has been denied. He was apparently put in probation because he was not actually involved in the crime. He just was involved in the group that committed the crime. But he was in probation. He was not actually in the juvie. As for the marijuana use and for driving without a license, that has not been addressed by either Starship or Wonho, so I can't comment on that. Now, the question is, for the debt, how did it came about? What I think is not familiar with the fans is Wonho living with Jung Da Eun, because the debt came from that and lived together in the past, and so Wonho was not paying his share of the rent, but according to Wonho in 2016 he paid his share. So those are the issues. Now, if he was in the juvie, which he was not, but if he was in the juvie or if he was involved in the wrong crowd when he was a young kid, there is no shame in that. There is shame in not turning somebody's life around. But he did turn his life around. He tried to live his life the best way that he knows how. He tried to be a good person. And according to the testimonies of people around him, close and not so close, they all attest that he's a good person now. So I think if at all, he deserves credit for being able to turn his life around, because God knows how many people should turn their life around but never did. Now, I do understand where the conservative Asian culture is coming from. To other people, it's going to seem like it is encouraging people, young people, to do bad, because they know that when they grow up, things can always be erased and that they can be given a second chance. I get that part. But I also get the part where it is discouraging other people who sincerely want to turn their life around, because they know that no matter how much they try, nothing's going to happen. People are always going to hold them accountable for the actions and for the mistakes of their past. And I believe, I'm pretty sure that hope and forgiveness should always win. I understand the tight culture, I understand the conservative culture, but I think that we always have the ability to evolve. And no one is perfect. Everybody at some point needed a second chance. And people will always have the right to receive it, then we have to give it. And Wonho deserved that second chance. He deserves his past to be left right where it is supposed to be, and that is in his past. Second, Wonho's past was never a secret to his fans. He never denied it. He never pretended to be something that he was not. And so, for him to be castigated for something he was honest about is very hypocritical. He may not have shared all the details of his past, and honestly, he doesn't have to. No one has to share the details of their past to anybody. He has the right to privacy, and again, he has the right to leave his past right where it should be, his past. Third, marijuana use is illegal in Korea. Driving without a license is illegal in almost any part of this world, if not all over the world. If those are true, that has not been addressed, but if those are true, yes, he should face the consequences. But it shouldn't be a cause of his career coming to an end, of his future coming to an end. This should stop. People being too judgmental should stop. And it's odd, just recently, Obama actually talked about the woke culture in the United States. For all of you who don't know, woke culture is simply activism. People being aware of what is right and what is wrong and being willing and able to stand up for what they believe in. But it is true that this woke culture has just become an excuse for people to be judgmental of other people.
There is this sense sometimes of the way of me making change is to be as judgmental as possible about other people. And you're never going to, this idea of purity, and you're never compromised, and you're always politically woke and all that stuff. You should get over that quickly. The world is messy. There are ambiguities.
Yep.
People who do really good stuff have flaws.
The idea of purity, of someone not being compromised, of someone being woke, people should get over it. That's what he said, and I believe that. People who do good have flaws. There is nobody who is perfect. People who you hate may actually have more things in common with you than you think. I don't know anything about Jung Da Eun aside from what she posts, what they post on social media. But the sheer act of posting something that is so private already speaks so much of the motive. But I don't want to speak about her. I don't want to talk about her because that's just going to give the attention to the wrong place. If there's anybody who deserves the attention, it is actually Monsta X and Wonho. Starship should fight for Wonho and for Monsta X. Fans should fight for Monsta X and for Wonho, because really the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. So if you know what is right, fight for it. If this succeeds, if Wonho actually really quits entertainment altogether, if he really quits Monsta X altogether, it's not going to stop. It's going to happen again. It may be another person, it may be another band, but it is going to happen again. People are going to continue judging other people for what they have done in the past. People are going to continue pulling other people down, and it should stop. And I honestly hope that Monsta X, Starship work together and bring Wonho back. In this fight, I do believe, and I do hope that Monsta X wins.